Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video we are doing I'm actually going to do two flies this video, and the first fly we are doing, they're the same fly, just different colors. The first fly is a black zebra midge, which the zebra midge is one of the just all-time best flies around, just because how many flies there, just because midges are always active. There's never a single midge that's never active in freshwater rivers or lakes. And all you do with when you tie it is you put your bead on. I have a black 2.8 millimeter bead. You secure it, and then you just wrap your thread going back until it builds back and forth till it builds a body that is smaller in the back, bigger in the front. Oh crap, my thread broke. And if your thread breaks, that's all right. All you have to do is just kind of, your fly won't look as good as if it didn't break. But like if you're first getting the fly tying, your thread will always break. If you can go ask anyone in this world that's tied flies, and they will say their thread has broke on them. But all you do is you just hold the end that broke that's on the fly with the end of your fly line that you're adding on, and then you just grab your scissors and cut the excess free after you secure it for a little bit, just like you're starting to fly. And then you just, for me, it's kind of, mine broke up a pretty simple spot, but now I'm just gonna kind of keep continuing building the body up. Actually, I don't want such a huge body this time. I just kind of want one like that. And then you want silver wire. You can use thick silver wire, thin silver wire. I'm using some 0.1 millimeter diameter thread. I'm not thread, bead. And actually, how I'm gonna do this is I'm kind of gonna hold over the fly, and then just kind of one like soft wrap and just continue going up, because you don't want to, because since your body is like built how it's built, smaller in the front, bigger in the back, you want when you tie your thread in, you want to keep it like that, or it will mess up it won't mess up the fly, it won't work. It will work, it just won't look as good. And if you can't get your thread snipped, you can, or like the little tail end, you can just kind of like pinch it in your fly, then just kind of tie it in, and you just kind of, and then you secure your thread just with a basic knot, all by fly. If you don't have a whip finish, this is actually how you finish your fly. And I'm just finishing it like this I'm just doing this, and actually this is not the end of the fly. You just do that so when you're doing your rotary feature on your vise, it holds the fly. It just makes your thread not unravel. And you just kind of hold it and you counter wrap it, because that's counter wrapping your wire is always better. And you just kind of want 2 or 3, and actually I'm gonna go over like this with my head a little bit, and then, because I always do that, and then you tighten your vise again, and then you secure your thread, your wire, helicopter it off. Which helicoptering it off is just kind of spinning the thread. Now I'm gonna go in front, because I left a little bit in front of my fly to whip finish my fly. Don't ask why I said whip finish, so weird. Which, hold on, my whip finish has vanished like it always does, because it's a whip finish. There it is. And all you do, sorry for like all the blankets and stuff going behind it if it did, but you just finish the head of the fly to secure it, 2 or 3 wraps. As I've seen, what works best if you tie it like this, and then of course you snip the thread, and that is the black zebra midge. And then the next one we're gonna do is a zebra midge as well. Just it's gonna be pink zebra midge, because midges can actually be multiple different colors. You can tie them with a demon corona midge is black thread with red wraps at the top. And by the way, the hooks that you use, I'll show you. It's better to have them as nymph hooks because the head of the fly is bent down more. And these are size 18. And the reason I use size 18 is because I don't actually, if I do like a dry drop rig, which I do quite often up here. Oh, hold on, my beads fell all over my pillow. And I do that quite often because I've seen dry dropper is actually one of my all-time favorite ways to fish, because it allows you to hit the bottom and top of the water column, which the bottom is your midges and the top is your emergers or your draftflies. And actually, this color I'm gonna do, red, olive you can do. And to secure your bead, you start from the back of your fly, behind the bead. If you have it kind of like this, you start from the back of the bead, and then you just kind of bring it a little bit of your wire up, like that, in front of it. Wrap a few times, then wrap back a few times. You kind of do that for a few times until your bead kind of stops moving as much as it would, and then you just build your body up again. And you could build your body up like a little bit or a lot. I like to build mine up a little more than a lot of people, because I've seen it lets me have. It looks like my nymph sinks a little faster when it's like that, because like the bead kind of weighs in more. But you kind of keep continuing building the body up and down. And then you grab your silver wire, and you can use really any color wire you want. Silver is just like the most. Silver is the all-around color that everyone uses. And then of course you could whip finish it. I'd like just do that, but since I whip finish right here, I don't want to really use my fingers this time. And you just whip finish that. Then I don't like having a lot of thread out when I do it. I just like having it where it kind of dangles a little bit. And then oh crap. And if that happens, like if your vise pops open or like that, it doesn't really matter, because it's just your vise is, since your thread is like secured, doesn't matter. And of course you don't have to counter wrap it. I'm just like counter wrapping, because that's like when I first started tying flats, that's what I did. More than, and then like I said, I'd like kind of wrap the thread up a little bit by the head, and then you tighten your rotary feature on your vise. Sorry, my vise is like breaking because I've been using this one quite a lot. And my third, hold on, wrap this up too. And if like that keeps happening to you, just kind of like make sure none of your threads are like stuck when you, of course, retie your fly in. Just kind of like push your, the reason is because like part of your vise is breaking, like the very tip of it, and you can buy like replacement parts like that, or you can just kind of, like do what I do and just kind of don't really worry about it and just kind of like push it together a little more, and kind of all you really do is just kind of wrap it. Don't try, and like mine kind of got stuck in the back, and then you kind of, since like it got stuck in the back, I'm gonna rewrap my wire. So this one's gonna have quite a lot of wire like wraps around it, but I'm not gonna do as many wraps this time. And then of course just secure it, and then spin it. And this time I don't have that much room in the head of my fly, so I'm just gonna right behind my bead. Sorry, I'm like a little tired. Yeah. And right behind the bead, whip finish it. Since it's in front of the bead, since behind the bead, I like to go a few more times. And then this isn't the best one because like of course my vise kept popping apart, but there is a lot of wire on it, so we'll sink and we'll still catch fish. But that is how you tie the zebra midge in black and pink and purple. And you can use, and all you do when you're using a different color is instead of the thread you use, you wrap it in red thread, then your silver wire, or green thread, silver wire. That's all you do. But that's all for today's video, and we will catch you guys in the next one. Hope you have fun tying the zebra midge like I do.